Good morning, Santa Clarita. Delgado here with you on this Thursday, May 29th. If you don't have plans for next Saturday, well, you're going to after this. Next Saturday, June 7th, is the third annual Summer Breeze Music Festival. And here to talk about that, special guest Terrell Edwards. Good
Yes,
morning.
sir, Delgado. How you doing today, my friend?
Doing fantastic. Can't
All
wait
right,
for this.
all right. It's awesome. It's a privilege to be able to talk about Summer Breeze, June 7th at Cal Arts, incredible venue. At the amphitheater there, we get a chance to do it all again. I'm bringing it with a little bit of help from my friends. I have the privilege of being the frontman lead singer for an incredible jazz funk band called East Bay Soul, and our fearless leader is on the line here, none other than Tower Power legendary trumpeteer Greg Adams. Greg, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, right here. Hi, Terrell. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, man? Well, thanks again for all you do for me as a mentor, and I want to just thank you again for joining us at Summer Breeze this year. And we got a couple of our band members going to be joining us.
Yeah, that's right. We'll have a little band of merry men up there on the stage for a few songs with me, and then also we have a lot of other great talent on the show too. A great legendary saxophone player, Tom Scott, who is everybody knows his solos on great records by Joni Mitchell and Carole King, and well, everybody. He's played with everybody. But, Terrell, you and I, we got this little band called East Bay Soul, and we'll do a couple of songs from our repertoire, and while it won't be the whole band, we'll figure it out. We have a lot of fun up on stage, and it's a great venue, great thing to do out there in your neck of the woods. It's usually a great day. I remember we did it last year, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned Tom Scott's done work with everybody, but you've worked with everybody. I mean, when we go around and we do our introductions, I mean, I always ask Herman to introduce you because I know he can do it much better than me in terms of experiences. But man, everyone from Rod Stewart, Mick Jagger, Luther Vandross, Al Green. I mean, you name it. You've arranged for everybody.
Well, I guess I was in the right place at the right time, but I've had a wonderful career, and it's one of the things that I guess I was, like I said, in the right place at the right time. It just happened that when I was at Tower Power, we had a great horn section. I was the arranger for it, and so we did hundreds of recording dates with, like you said, some of those people, and so many more. I've done. We keep calculating it at about 3,000 recording sessions throughout my career, and we keep adding to the list. But sometimes I come up blank. Somebody, who'd you play with? I go, wait a sec, I got to get a list out because I kind of forget. But I've been on some pretty legendary records and worked with some pretty legendary people, so I feel very fortunate to have been asked to do some arranging for some really great artists.
Yeah. And one of the songs that I requested that you perform, and I don't know if you geared up to do it, but that Smooth Operator
Yeah. Well, I left. I was at Tower Power for 25 years, and I left in 1995, and I was going to kind of be just a studio musician here in Los Angeles and do records and movies and TV. But the record company, Sony, that Tower Power was on, they asked me if I'd like to do a solo record. And I really didn't even think about that aspect of going there. Mm. But I did, and I did a cover of Sade's Smooth Operator, and it did real well. It was number one for 5 weeks.
Wow.
On the smooth jazz charts. And so from there we went several albums after that on my own, and then about 15 years ago we started East Bay Soul. So here we are. We're on our fourth record, and you're on the latest, and it's a nice collection of music and song. It's a great band, and as you said, Herman Matthews will be there on drums, and Del Atkins on bass on Saturday, and that's the big bottom of our band.
That's
so
right.
We'll have a lot of support.
Yeah, man, we've been having a great run, and you know what? I had Bobby Watson from Rufus and Shaka Khan on yesterday because he's gonna join us on a song that he actually performed on. But he had the opportunity to kind of tell us how he got started. How did you get started, Greg, in your career?
Well,
I know already.
In high school, I was fortunate to have a really good music department in high school, and my band teacher, he noticed that I liked to perform and like to write for the jazz band. So that's where I started writing. I was pretty much self-taught. Mm-hmm. And when I graduated, I was gonna go to Berklee School of Music in Boston, but I got a call from one of the members of Tower Power, who was a band that was around the Bay Area at the time in 1970. I knew of them because I was playing in bands in the Bay Area. Nothing significant yet, but they had an opening. One of their trumpet players had left, and they were doing the first record and just finishing up on it, overdubbing the horns, and they asked me if I'd like to join a band. So I kind of weighed the offer of go to school for 5 years, and then hope to do what I was being presented to do, a career. Mm-hmm. Here we go. So I chose Tower of Power.
Yeah.
So that's how it started, and I, as you said, I went on to work with so many people because of the horn section. We first did we did a couple of recording sessions, but the first one was Linda Ronstadt. We knew from past shows and stuff like that, and so she suggested to Elton John that he used the horn section for his album Caribou. And so we did that, and after that the floodgates opened, and we just were working 3 days a week at the record plant in Sausalito, California. Artists were flying in like America and Rod Stewart and Sir George Martin was coming, and we did the soundtrack for Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band with Peter Frampton and the Bee Gees,
holy smokes.
And we were just doing the Jefferson Starship with everybody. It was crazy. Barely had time to go on the road, so that kind of parlayed into a great career for me. And I still, after leaving Tower of Power in 1995, I still kept doing sessions. And then I met a Japanese group called Dreams Come True in 1996, and I've been traveling over to Japan with them for the last 30 years, doing their tours and records, and it's been a fabulous career. I mean, I've been around forever. I'm older than dirt. I'm 73, but still working, and I'm still loving every day that I get to play my horn and see the world. So I guess I've had a pretty good run.
Greg, you know what, man? I was just thinking about this. Two things I want to bring up is, one, I mean, there is nothing like a good horn section, man. I mean, and that's one of the things that really separates some music from others. I mean, people take a second look when they know a horn section is going to be on stage, and we're just happy to be part of your band, and the other thing is just like your story is a lot like Bobby's. I mean, it's kind of started in high school, and Preston Glass is a good friend of mine too, and you guys are all mentors to me, and it just kind of says you can follow your passion. I mean, I have a great respect for those people that go on and get their degrees and stuff like that, but music is just something that they can never take away from us, man.
Well, it's a passion, I mean, you have to get the joke,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to say it, you have to really have a commitment and a dedication and a drive, a fire in your belly to go up against that beast that is the music industry.
Yeah.
It's like Betty Davis said once, for sissies.
Yeah.
Well, neither is the music business, and it's a tough one to go up against. But there's something about the stick with itness, and sometimes sometimes it's talent, sometimes it's just some kind of a thing you got,
right?
That you never thought, how did that person ever make it? And that it's just the drive within that makes people do what they do.
Yep,
you know?
yep.
And
Well,
if you can hang out, if you can hang in there long enough, you know, something might happen. You know, like I know Bobby. I did a Rufus record many years ago.
yeah. Well, Greg, we're gonna have to. Oh, sorry. We had to. We got like 30 seconds, so we had to take off.
Okay.
But man, we are so glad you joined us for Summer Breeze June 7th. I'd like to just shout out to some of our sponsors: American Family Funding, my good friend Fred Arnold, and Jennifer Herring Realty. Those are just a couple of them that are going to be supporting us and partner with us through this journey of Summer Breeze Music Festival right here in Santa Clarita, June 7th. Greg Adams is on the line with it. He's going to be joining us along with a host of other incredible, legendary musicians. Hope to see you there. Go to topentertainment.co for your tickets.
And thank you, Terrell. That was awesome. Next Saturday, June 7th, Terrell. It's right here in Cal Arts,
That's
so
right.
not too far away. So get your tickets, topentertainment.co, and enjoy some Summer Breeze Music Festival.
And you know what? You can use a promo code SBreeze. Will get you 20% off your tickets.
Look at that. SBreeze at topentertainment.co.
There's,
Low discount? Why not?
Yeah, I tell you, man, we've got overwhelming response right now. We're going to have record attendance this year, and we are excited to bring the fire to Cal Arts.
Well, can't wait for that. Thank you for coming on, and get your tickets once again at topentertainment.co. Well, good morning, Santa Clarita. I'm Delgado, and this is KHTS FM 98.1 and AM 1220 and HometownStation.com.